Then we also are now looking at the Study India program, where people can go and spend about a couple of months in India to study there for 2-3 months, let us say, for example, for a summer program and things like that. We also have a scholarship program for studying in India. The Ministry of Overseas Indian Affairs gives scholarship to the diaspora children to come and study in India for the higher education. From 11th of January 2011, we outsourced the public interface on OCI and PIO issues to Travisa. Before that, the outsourcing applied only to the visa services. But from 11th January, we outsourced it here in Washington, D.C. And then next month, in March, we outsourced for New York area, and then for San Francisco, Houston, and finally also Chicago. So now, in all the 5 locations, the OCI and PIO services are outsourced. That means that people have to deal only with Travisa. People don't have to deal with the embassy or the consulates. So today, because of this, all that the applicants have to do is to go to Travisa website, look at all the information which is there on the website, and follow the instructions there in order to create the application, and then submit the application again to Travisa. And once they submit the application to Travisa, they also get a number which they can use to track that application. And Travisa then processes this application initially, scrutinizes it, and brings it to us. And then what we have committed to is that in case of PIO applications, we issue the PIO card on the same day. And as far as the OCI applications is concerned, because it's a longer process and the OCI card is printed in Delhi, and then from Delhi it is dispatched to us, so it takes time. PIO card, I say, we are able to deliver to the applicant within a week, although we say on the website that we do it within 2 weeks.
I can tell you that we are getting every single day dozens and dozens of emails from people who are visiting India or who would like to visit India, thanking us the way we designed the website, how easy and simple it is to navigate and process the visa. We developed an online application form that helps us to collect all the information ahead of time. And then when the application form is submitted to us through mail, in person, or through a third party such as travel agency, we provide this information to the consulates that they already have the information in their system, and that speeds up the processing system. When it comes to the OCI and PIO and the renunciation process, as Dr. Singh said, we took over that in January. We took the steps of taking over the outsourcing in all the other cities in the last several months. The overwhelming application numbers are phenomenal. Just to give you an idea, we process over 1,500 OCI applications a week. We process over 1,000 emails a day.
This is to the Travisa official. This is for very simple 10 years tourist visa. I really wanted a tourist visa, but complications arose so much that I gave up. I did not go to India. My simple question is, perhaps number one, how much time does it take for simple tourist visa? That is number one question. Number two, what you already said, which is correct. On internet, there's too much confusion. I did this in the month of October of 2010, and I filled the application 2-3 times, and it came back to me. And so I also would like to know the correct telephone number which one can call, and instead of hearing only the music or voicemail, some really agent, there should be something that I can dial 0 or something, an agent should come and I can say I have this problem.
We do the first, what I do, level of scrutinizing, making sure that the application is filled out and signed properly, that the photographs are in certain format. But beyond that, it is the responsibility of the Indian officials at the embassy to grant or possibly ask further questions or to ask for an appointment, for an interview, depending on your background, who you are. So every application form is different. When it comes to the phone number, Megan, would you be so kind, please?
Yes, it's 202-333-7460.
And please, these phone lines are open from 9 to 1 and from 2 to 6.
Coming to tourist visa, that how quickly you can get, it depends. As he was telling, there is something called a rejection rate. You see, for tourist visa also there are certain documents which are required, and the list of the documents are given in the website. I remember, say, it is something like, say, residence proof is one, a renunciation certificate is one. Say, earlier there used to be birth certificate also, and most of the cases were delayed due to that non-submission.
Yes.
And I think he will correct me, the practice is that he will wait, I think, for about 4 or 5 days to get the document from the applicant. And if he does not get, then he sends it back to them.
Yes.
So that is how matter gets delayed. So it depends on if you are able to provide all the documents. I think, again I should say, our priority is, the first priority is given to the person who has deposited application in person.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes.
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 The second priority is given to the person who sends it by mail. And our, say, time frame is that if an application in person is submitted with Travisa before 11, then we issue visa the same evening. And I have met several people who come, say, for emergency visa. You know, the charges of emergency visa are much more. So they come around, say, 7, sir, I want this emergency visa. I tell them, you deposit before 11, you will get the same day in the afternoon. Why should you go for emergency and pay more fee for that?
Why we cannot submit our application online, then coming to your office or mailing it to you? Are there any problems, issues, or documentation which can also be scanned and send it to you online rather than visiting your office? And then finally it is done, we get information that it's okay. Second question is, how much time it takes in transition from Travisa to my embassy?
I believe that the technology is getting there, that pretty soon you will be able to do certain things online only. I believe that we are not there yet. As the world functions, we still do need certain original documentation, such as photographs, such as signatures. We scan every single package in our system when we arrive, and that is done every single day. So if your package arrives before, I would say, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, most probably it will be scanned in our system. What that means is that we acknowledge your package, that it is in our premises. After that, the package will be assigned to a consultant that will review and scrutinize the application form. And that depends, again, what time do we get it? Does it happen the same day or the following day? It depends how many packages come at the same time, how many physically packages can we actually scrutinize at that moment.
I had a chance to go to Travisa for the first time in May of last year after getting the news of a sad demise of my father, which was totally a frustrating experience. First, I was told, go and get the money order. Thank God I had the money order. I had to stop by the post office and get the money order. When my turn came, everybody was in the same line, even though I had called, I had went on online and scheduled a particular time, and you were the person who was guiding through the whole process.
I was there?
Yes, you were there that day. And it took me the whole day. the people who are getting the tourist visa, they were all being herded to the same line. Why can't you have streamlined thing to the people whose near and dear one has died there or seriously ill? People are not in right frame of mind at that time to run to the post office to get a money order and all that. Why just can't accept cash or check?
When a person comes to our office and they approach what we call the information desk, the first desk, and you say that you have an emergency visa, I would ask Megan, but that person is put aside and is handled on a separate level.
Even there was an email from Mr. Goel to your office that this person is coming as a true emergency, and they could not locate the email. And then when I went to Mr. Goel in the office, he said, I sent the email, he showed it to me. Your office even could not locate the email.
For example, the renunciation payment had to be done with money order only. And those were the instructions from the Ministry of India. So we had to follow that.
Hope you gained something from today's ITV presentation of Ask the Embassy event. Please stay tuned for Image and Asian Television coming right up. See you back soon!